What's up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of Damn Game Boys.
Not just a vagina made out of fudge.
I am your host, Kien, not Keith, and I am with the lovely chocolate-loving Gil.
I wasn't sure what the fuck he said, but yeah. I'm glad he clarified. Yeah, that's...
And really disgusted-looking Eli.
SJW.
SJW Eli.
Clarified that one in the last one.
Do I not meet your SJW criteria? Am I not PT enough for you?
No.
PC.
Your skin's not brown enough. I mean dark enough. I don't know the PT term.
PC.
PC. PT. Whatever.
Well, we're gonna end up
Silent Hill stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a weird time with, like, I've been on, like, video
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say something about one of your fetishes.
No, I've been...
Silent Hill.
Yeah, well, yes. I have a weird pyramid head fetish. Sorry, guys.
That is kind of weird.
I mean, we can't
give you that one.
As you can tell, pyramid head is an allegory to repressed sexuality, and, you know...
He is a pretty sexual individual, yeah. I'll give him that.
Yeah. So, no, like... so I've been on some weird video game forums and reading like arguments.
Why would you do this to yourself?
Oh my god, I fucking love them.
Like, yeah, it is a fun time.
Oh god, okay, so there are two video game forums and I paid like a $5 subscription for one just so I could like, whenever I'm down I read it.
I'm not so sure about.
Whenever I'm down I read it, I read the articles because I subscribe to the Incel video game forum.
Oh, why?
Fucking love it. So good. And then I just go into the video game forum is multiplayer versus single player, and oh my god, I fucking love reading those. I love reading both arguments because they both like really have shit ass arguments, and it's really funny.
It's weird that they have their own separate forum for that.
Yeah, there's like you can like find niche forums and just watch, and there's so many people that argue on there. It's so cool. Like. I read an argument about Fortnite that was just Lizard Man up to like scale of like conspiracy theory about how like Epic is just like fucking just paying everyone to play Fortnite. It's just so weird.
God damn, I wish I could get paid.
God, it's the same fucking. It's like the email we got about how we're being paid by Epic because we say nice things about Fortnite. Like it just fucking blows my mind.
Only you two.
What?
So it was only you at the time.
That's I know.
My favorite part.
Well, I'm kind of
Kien's getting paid and I'm not getting part of it. I'm gonna be pretty pissed.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I just like Squarespace. I'm kidding.
Well, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. I'd be fine with Audible too. I don't know about you guys, but like I wouldn't mind.
I prefer to if I'm gonna.
I use Audible though. Like I'll be real. I use Audible.
If I'm gonna have a book, I might as well read it.
I don't know. I use it though because like I like running and stuff. And it's
yeah, I get more people.
I'm hit and miss with audiobooks because it depends who's narrating them.
Yeah.
Some people are just
boring
bad
shit.
And boring.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman.
I don't think I could. Like, see, I'd listen to his to like go to sleep because like.
Yeah.
Goodnight Moon.
Yeah, like if he had an audiobook of Goodnight Moon, which there probably is, and it's probably like a ridiculous amount of money. But no, like the reason I brought this up is because like I was reading the arguments of what deserved to win Game of the Year. Like, people were putting their hats into, like, being mad God of War won Game of the Year. And God, I love those guys.
Why were they so mad about God of War winning?
Because people really either wanted Red Dead or Spider-Man, I guess.
Because people don't realize that Red Dead hasn't really done all that much that's new.
I don't think God of War...
skin things and it looks realistic.
No, I'm saying new to their franchise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think God of War... Like, but even so, like, I think God of War goes back to the basics by the end of it. They bring back the fucking Blades of Agony.
That doesn't mean shit.
And they're stronger than your fucking axe.
That doesn't mean shit.
But the
weapons you use don't matter. Yeah.
And like
you still have the boy.
They changed the style.
They made a game with a story that matters. Right, that alone changed the entire format of the game.
So I saw a YouTube video by Matthew Matosis.
Before you finish that sentence, the reason they wanted Spider-Man to win is because you really feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah, you do. You really feel like Luffy of World Seeker. I'm kidding.
I know.
Like we had this joke last
I know.
week. But
You really feel like a rubber man.
You really feel like Kratos in God of War 4.
I also feel like on a creative level, it's way more impressive.
Yeah, because the original creator's not in it anymore, so it's not just a testosterone-filled like power fantasy.
I don't even mean that. I just the world that they've built.
Yeah, but like you also like Norse mythology though. So,
I
like,
do, but it's not. It just kind of uses that as a basis. It changes a lot.
But I feel like you have kind of a semi-bias, and I'm not saying it in a bad way.
I feel like people have a bias for Red Dead because they're like, I like cowboys and shit. Whoa.
Like the reason I put like Super Smash Bros. As my #1 game of the year is because of the fact that like it's more than just a Smash Bros. Game. It's literally a fucking homage to everything. Cause like I've put in like 30 hours on the World of Light, and like each spirit is like a homage to everything, and each spirit you fight using one of those characters plays like the character the spirit is supposed to be, the represented spirit. So like I really do think like Super Smash Bros. Is my #1 game of the year because of that fact. Like, plus, I mean, I've played a lot more obscure games thanks to my Switch, so like if it wasn't gonna be Smash Bros, it was gonna be the obscure games because like I didn't find Red Dead to be that interesting. Like I think the story's okay, because I watched Jay play it and then I played it for a little bit. Like I can get like lost to like I think the world of Red Dead is fun. I don't like the story. Like if it was just me going yeehaw and going like wrangling shit up without a story, I think that'd be awesome. That's why I think Red Dead Online is more interesting to me. But like also, I played and beat God of War with my brother, and I'm just like, it's an okay game. I don't think it like, I don't know. I don't think it's as good as everyone else thought it was. And then I thought Spider-Man was just fun because it made me feel like Spider-Man.
You really feel like
You
Spider-Man.
really do. Like, and I fucking hate how people are like, you shouldn't say that. I'm like, how the fuck else are you supposed to describe a Spider-Man game?
It is really, yeah.
Like, people don't want you to explain it like that, but like, what else are you supposed to explain it with?
My problem with Red Dead is just that story's been done.
Well, yeah.
It already exists.
I mean, yeah.
They're not innovating it. They're just using characters that you might kind of care about.
Yeah, of course. But I feel like that's in God of War, though, too.
No one cares about those characters until this game. What?
No, but like, they use the boy as like I gotta feel for him, because he's Kratos' son, and he's like going through hard times and shit. Like, I feel...
Well, no, they just develop the characters through that.
Yeah.
Also, he's an important part of the story.
Sure.
He goes through supernatural puberty.
Yes, he does. He really does. It's bizarre. He like really a shit ass with that bow. And by the end of it, he's making Hawkeye look like a bitch.
Yeah.
No, like I don't know, but like
it's just
you know,
it does remind me of one of the weird parts of that game. But
you know, because we had that question about like the influential games of last year, and so like someone brought up, they're like, why didn't we bring up Red Dead or God of War onto the games? And to be honest with you, these guys didn't fucking play them.
I didn't play God of War. I'd still put it down. I thought.
Did you?
I thought so. That was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did you?
I thought I talked about
okay,
God
so
of
because
War.
like
because I think I said that I hadn't played it, but I still thought that it was a fantastic game because I watched it.
So now, yeah, because this is one of the questions because we're talking like, well, you guys put like these games on here, but I was like, again, I don't think half of us played half these games that were influential. Like, Eli's probably the only one that like played Fortnite.
Yeah, and I played Fortnite. I didn't play Fortnite last year.
I think
might have played it in January.
Because you quit playing before the Valentine's Day special. I remember this.
Seems right.
Yeah, you were against the Valentine Bear.
And actually, I do think I played Fortnite back in like August. Got back into it, and then I was like, I don't know this fucking game anymore. There's a lot of different shit, and decided not to.
I played Fortnite when Thanos was a thing, and was just having fun being the Mad Titan.
Yeah.
The most up-to-date console I have is my Switch. I don't have an Xbox One, and I don't have a PS4. I'm very limited in game selection.
You can get Fortnite.
I could.
You could get golf.
Okay, I could, and I do want to, but I want to get the actual game, not the Battle Royale.
It comes with a single player.
Seriously. Alright, it might be
If you
right.
buy it for $20 or something. I don't remember.
Not bad.
So you want to get the actual like zombie craft building game? Okay.
That one was fun. I like the single player
Yeah,
too.
that was really fun. Yeah.
Like, say what you want.
Like granted, like
It
again,
even had a serviceable story.
yeah.
It
No,
functioned.
I totally get it. So like, what have we been playing lately though, Eli? What have you been playing?
Oh, Fallout 76.
Okay, you are in.
Diving down that rabbit hole.
How is that going?
It's going. It kicks me out every now and then. They did a hotfix, and I haven't. I feel like that did fix that problem. I haven't had it happen too much since then. What's
Too
really
much?
annoying is I know. What's really annoying is when it does kick you out if you're with your friends.
You can't get back with them.
You can if there's space in the server, but the servers are pretty small. I don't know what the player cap is, to be honest,
I
but
think it's 16.
that seems about right. And so they apparently like to keep them full, because I get kicked out, I come in as fast as I can, and it's like, no, the server's full now, fuck you. And so it's like, god damn it, I have to join a different world, hope there's 3 other open spots so that I can fuck around with my friends.
And then it immediately kicks you out.
God, this game is just bizarre.
But other than that, I haven't encountered too much that I hate. I've just been exploring mostly. There was a world event that took all of my bullets. That was a fun time.
I feel like it just is a boring game. Just such a vanilla cookie cutter.
I agree, because the
Dang.
quests aren't interesting to me, but to be fair, in Fallout in general, they've never been too interesting,
And there are
except
no
outside of New
NPCs, and I
Vegas.
feel like that's kind of weird.
There are NPCs, just no humans. Or
You know-
ghouls.
There's no ghouls?
No ghoul NPCs that I know of.
Oh, that's lame. See,
There's
I,
a super mutant trader that walks around. He's humanish.
I like the
He'll
ghouls, though.
beat the shit out of anything if it runs up to try and kill you, so I mean...
Is this like an assist partner, or what?
Yes.
No, he literally just walks. He's a traveling merchant that walks around a certain area, I assume.
Oh, he's a
And-
merchant?
Yeah, and then while I was trading with him, I don't even remember what, like, came up and he just bitch slapped it and killed it, and I was like, oh, never mind. Looks like you got it handled. Because most of the NPCs won't fight back, and so I was like, or like, they don't get attacked, and they also won't fight back. And so
Okay.
I just thought he was gonna ignore it. No, he totally just fucking killed the shit out of it.
That's just, it just looks so boring.
Other than that, the Scorch Beasts, which fly around and have an aggro range that is infinite, they will come across the map to rape you. In zones, they're level 50, and they will fuck you up. And I don't get why they put them in zones that aren't necessarily level 50. Like, there was one at the fucking airport where you, like, damn near start, like, that's, the starting quest leads you there, so you get there after, like, 20 minutes, and there was one there. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, I don't want it, leave me alone.
Wow, that aggro rate is insane.
It actually was. Like, you can see them in the distance, and then they'll just be like, I'm gonna come kick your ass! And at first you're like, is it flying towards me? No, certainly not. It's like, oh my god, it is.
It's a dragon, right?
No, that's the Scorch Queen. The Scorch Beasts are more like gargoyles. That's what I would describe them. Giant bats, maybe.
Okay, so the Scorch Queen is a dragon.
Yeah, from what I know. From what I've seen.
A Skyrim-like dragon. Good job, Todd Howard. Just did you play any other games besides 76?
Been playing Paladins of the Realm.
How's that going?
Sure does. I don't know, man. Nothing new or interesting
You've
about
just
that.
been
but-
mobiling it and playing shit-ass Rust games.
Mhm.
What about you, Gil? Play anything interesting?
I haven't played Rust. Go on. Kirby and the...
That was last week.
Oh,
Kirby Planet Robobot. I actually
There it is,
finally
there.
beat that the last boss. The
Yeah,
ending-
you've been on that fucking game for like a year and a half.
It took. The first time I played that boss, I thought, "Wow, this is surprisingly hard," and then I thought, "Wow, this is surprisingly easy." The ending gets very Gurren Lagann.
Like super like man versus universe kind of thing.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've been playing the World of Light on Smash because my friend Sean got me getting into it. He's like, man, you just gotta play this. I'm like, I have all the characters unlocked. I don't want to play the World of Light because it looks fucking just a lot. And it is. And it's kind of interesting and fun.
Weak, goodly man. I can.
But I've also been playing, I was replaying Mother again.
You in that game, man. You need to stop.
I just don't know why. Like, I just replayed Mother, and then replayed Earthbound, and then really want to get Mother 3, the English translation,
so
the fan translation.
So Earthbound is essentially Mother 2.
Yes.
Earthbound 3 has Lucas in it.
Yes.
Well, Mother 3.
Yeah.
What would have been Earthbound 2. So who's the main character of Mother?
Nintendo. He's named after Nintendo.
Joe.
And then there's Teddy, who's like this like banjo, Yankee, Japanese gangster guy.
See, you never hear anything about the original Mother. You hear a lot about Earthbound and Mother 3.
Because what had happened, and this is just a weird fact, is what had happened is that like they were really trying to get Earthbound. They were really trying to get Mother, like out. Mother. They were really trying to push Mother, but then while they were doing the translations, the SNES was gonna be
released.
So they're like, okay, Earthbound 2 instead. So they jumped off that ship, and like I was talking to my friend Luis, he was like, at that time, Earthbound was so expensive though to buy. Because it came in a bigger holder place, because it came with like a map and everything like that, and like a legit art book. So like, it did not make sales though because of that fact. But now it's
collector's edition before they existed.
Now it is such a niche thing. If you can find one that isn't with everything in it, it's worth like $300.
Well, I don't know shit about Earthbound, but I do have an unnatural hatred for those games. I fucking hate Ness and Lucas in Smash.
I was just like, well, why? Like
goofy looking.
With that, I feel like Mother is the even the people who produced Pokemon were the ones who produced Mother.
Game Freak?
No, fucking what's his name? It's the guy who ran Game Freak. I can't remember his name, but he pushed for Mother to be made. And even the guy who made it, like, he was never a game designer. That's the thing. He was a fucking journalist. And he made these games. And then he became a fucking judge on Iron Chef. Yeah, like, he's done just a lot of random shit. Like,
good for him.
And the original Mother 3 was supposed to be on the N64 disk drive, but it failed. That's why we got Mother 3 in the Game Boy Advance. And so it was weird because like when he was making it, he was watching a lot of Lost. So like you can get like a lot of hints like they're on this island and it's like there's these weird things going on.
And the end doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. It's all purgatory. I'm kidding. But like rereading it is such an interesting thing, and like the fan game that people have been trying to make, the Mother 4, it has been in this like fucking development hell because it was being made on RPG Maker XP, but like then it got changed to Game Maker, then people kept dropping off, and so it's just really weirdly and bizarre, and it's just like, God, and then they were so afraid Nintendo was gonna sue them. But Nintendo has done nothing for anything with the Earthbound thing.
They really haven't.
With cease and desist, so it's just bizarre. It's one of those games where it's just like, they will do every cease and desist on everything else, but like, anything Earthbound, they just kind of don't. But by the end of it, like, my thing about Earthbound is just like, I don't think they should make another one, or they should not make another Mother or anything like that, because we have games that are very similar. Like, I feel like
They should translate the ones that they haven't come
That
over.
too, but like I feel like people want him to come back and make when it's just like you have things like The World Ends With You and things like that, which like they are not Earthbound, but it's a modern fantasy base.
Turns out that's who they get for Smash, the Neku, the main
Yeah,
character.
I mean like that'd be really cool, but you know what I mean though? Like I feel like there are better games out there that pay homage to Earthbound than I feel like the creator of Earthbound could make now, because he doesn't have that motivation and drive like these guys do. So, I mean, like...
It's essentially just forcing a person into a position they don't want.
Exactly, and it's just like, I feel like... I mean, like, even like, you could even say like Pokemon is like a spiritual successor in a way to Earthbound because of the fact that like you're a kid on an adventure in this like weird, bizarre world. Stopping like crime syndicates and stuff like that, and like,
but not cults. Not
Literally-
until the 5th game.
literally facing gods and stuff by the end of it. Like that's not like I'm over analyzing things, but it's just at the same time like, you know, I like Earthbound. So,
But are any of those
yeah.
gods based on a supposed rape that guy thought he saw in the theater when it was actually just a cop drama?
I don't know. Fuck about that. But what the hell?
Oh,
were
the
we-
last boss in Earthbound, Gygus, is has a form that looks like a fetus. His ultimate form is a fetus,
Don't
and that's
know
because
shit about Earthbound, so that doesn't tell me anything. I don't
We'll
even know
have
what
to
kind
show.
of game it is.
anyway, the reason
it's a JRPG. But
That's all I need
the
to
thing
know.
the thing about it, it's one of the rare JRPGs that doesn't have the side by side fighting mechanic. It just has the monster you're fighting.
it's basically a first person.
Oh,
first
okay.
person RPG.
Maybe
I like.
Maybe I have seen footage of it somewhere.
There's not very many first person RPGs, but like I find that to be such an interesting concept.
I'd like to see my character.
I don't know. I think that first person perspective is fun. That's just me.
Regardless, now that everyone knows everything about Earthbound,
To the trailer, Mewtwo Strikes Back 2. And just the Pokemon's going on with their remakes, which is again weird that they did Lugia before Mewtwo, but okay, why not?
I'm pretty sure this was actually supposed to be a direct remake of the first movie.
In CG.
Mm-hmm. I'm not entirely sure. That's what
They
everybody's
don't.
speculating.
They have the newer gen Pokemon in it though too. They have.
Like I said, all I know is that this is speculation.
They have the fucking bird with the emo haircut. He's a normal fire type.
Braviary?
Yes. He's in one of the promotional pictures.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, I get it.
Oh, Staraptor.
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna mine our nostalgia.
Staraptor doesn't. What? I know what Staraptor is. I played Platinum. Pretty sure there's some Platinum.
He's talking about the hair.
Doesn't it have like a fucking star for a face?
No! What?
Sure he's not talking about like fucking Pidgeot or something?
No, it's not Pidgeot. I
You said
know it.
fire, that's where I went.
It's a fire flying. It's a normal flying. It's like a fire. Yes, that guy.
It's normal flying.
It's normal flying.
Oh, okay.
What fucking Pokemon is fire normal? Like,
Braviary.
Okay, it's Braviary, that is. Okay. I got it confused because, like, Brave Bird is a fucking flying attack, but in the anime, they always show it as, like, fire on the bird. It's weird.
If you told me the bird that looks like he's in a fucking emo band, then yeah, Staraptor, I guess. Fuck it.
Oh no, Braviary.
Uh,
That mixed.
But, like, yeah, I don't know. Mewtwo Strikes Back, I guess. Go right ahead and remake him. I just feel like we need to stop.
I get why they're doing it. Pokemon was big again.
Yeah, Pokemon is just mining.
It's still apparently
Yeah.
pretty big.
Obviously, Pokemon is big. I'm planning on doing something with Pokemon, so, like, yeah, it's still fucking big.
Well, no, but I mean like for a newer generation though.
Oh, exactly. No, I just...
Talonflame.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, that's the guy I was
The
thinking of.
people who grew up with it are having kids way too early because they're fucking stupid, and now those kids want to grow up.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm just fucking.
Yeah, I was just like, fucking damn it, no.
Yeah.
But like, I was just like, you saw that, like, it's not even coming on to you. I'm just like, fucking hey, man. But yeah, no, like, yeah, Pokemon's big. It's weird. Then we go to Canaria, which is an H.P. Lovecraft VR game.
It's called Canarium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds wonderful.
About madness. Ooh, I am H.P. Lovecraft.
Interesting fact about canaries: those are the birds miners took into the mines
To make
detect
sure.
gas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Nope.
Wow.
Can't say I'm a miner.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so dumb. Yeah, no, it's an H.P. Lovecraft game, and ooh, it's spooky.
Scary skeletons.
Spooky.
Just not big on his world, so
I too.
I don't have
it
VR.
exists. I also don't have VR.
Yeah,
but
no, I played an H.P. Lovecraft board tabletop game on New Year's. It was fun for what it was.
I can get how a board game would be fun.
It was very fun. It was basically tentacle kerplunk. Like if you fail a mission, you had to like pull a tentacle out, and like marbles would fall out, and you could gain madness, spells, or other weird shit.
Probably just madness.
Yeah, it was basically if you get you have a sanity meter, and then there's like a Cthulhu orb, and if you have 4 of them, it opens up the gate to the old ones, and you lose. Because that's literally every fucking H.P. Lovecraft game. It's like you have a certain amount of turns before the gate to the old ones open.
It's always gate to the old ones, and you have sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Sanity measure somehow. Alright.
Yeah, then we go to Travis Strikes Again, and this is a game of mini games, and looks fun as fuck.
We're not entirely sure.
I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like it, and I'm really excited because I like No More Heroes, and I want No More Heroes 3, so everyone buy this.
Seriously, buy it.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Buy it,
I ain't doing it.
please.
Killer 7.
Didn't look that interesting to me.
Also,
Kien will buy it for you.
Killer 7 is on Steam. Also buy that. Just buy anything Suda 51 so he feels like he's like important, so he can make more weird
He
games.
is important. He gave us a fantastic game
He did.
series, and then he gave us Lollipop Chainsaw, and then he gave us Killer 7, and
then
now
he
he's
gave-
trying to reboot his,
He
continue
also
his
he gave us Die Again. He made like Uncle Death, and it's like a fucking Dark Souls MMORPG.
He just made a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Most of it good.
most of it is good.
I mean, even the weird stuff's pretty good.
But I also think Suda 51 is such an interesting character to begin with, just in the game designer field.
I can't remember if it was the first game or the second one, but for No More Heroes, one of the trailers for the game had him sitting in a toilet playing the game.
That's definitely a Suda 51 thing, yeah. If I ever make a game, I'm going to have myself not sitting in the toilet. I'm going to sit at a spa.
Then where is the success?
See, I'm going to
Kien?
sit in like a fucking like Turkish bathhouse, and then I'm going to accidentally drop it on the floor, and then everyone dies, but they're actually in the game, and that's the trailer for the game.
Boo.
Yeah, just...
Why would you be in a Turkish bathhouse with a game?
I don't fucking know, Gil.
Water and electronics do not mix.
That's the point, because I'm like, oops, I dropped it, and then like, everyone's in the game, and they're like, what's going on? It's like, this is
Turns out you're the creator of Sword Art Online.
Yeah. This is a multiplayer MOBA game where you choose different hero characters.
Turkish Bathhouse Online.
Yeah.
Ah,
Then we go to
Copyright it.
Yes, I will.
Legitimately.
Le Grand Legendary, which looks, and it's coming onto the Switch. It's been out on Steam and stuff. It looks like a really, really badly made MMORPG. Yeah.
This is the problem you had when you were actually typing it out. It's Legacy, not Legendary.
Oh, Le Grand Legacy. Whatever. But like, it just.
They might want it.
Okay, yeah, Le Grand Legacy. I'm sorry. It does look like a really bad.
Doesn't look bad. It looks really dated.
Yeah, like
Like
it
an
looks like
old
PS2
graphics on
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Old school RPG.
Then again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that.
Which again, I have no.
I'm not going to
Again,
do it.
like that's the thing. Like that's the thing. Like I say, it looks like old graphics, but then I'm using like 16-bit on like a tactics game I've been working on. That like it's 16-bit, and I'm just like. When I talk mad shit about people's games looking old, I'm like, I'm literally using like Super Nintendo style graphics as like a charm to a game.
Yeah, but that 16 8-bit games always like, I don't know, you can never say they look dated, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and like it like runs smoother too. Like I like working with like, because I can do 3D graphics, but like they're so clunky looking. That like I love 16-bit because it's not as clunky looking, it's more cartoonish looking, and then like because I have a degree in graphic design, I just work better because it looks like I'm drawing something. What?
Talking yourself up.
Yeah, I love to talk myself up. Graphic design and geology, bitches.
He can study rocks and draw you nice pictures of them.
I can't draw pictures. I can, like, make logos. That's the thing.
He can study rocks and make nice logos out of them.
Just because you're in graphic design does not mean you're an artist. I have to point that out because, like, I cannot animate hands and fingers and faces, but, like, my first...
Then what are you doing with your life? Go back to school.
I did backgrounds work. Like, I animated backgrounds. Like, literally, that was, like, my first job out of college. And then I found out they were embezzling money and from their loans, and so I left.
Yeah, probably a smart choice.
He embezzled all their money and then he left.
Yeah, it was for an app. They were making like a little like a game for like moms to play, like Candy Crush. And so I drew the background art when like things blew up and stuff. I drew that and like animated it. I watched every frame and I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Apparently making some single moms
And
very happy.
Well, and then I was doing like because like I also have a background in PR, so I was like working on their PR and advertisement stuff too. And I was like, why is there not money in this? It's like, oh, we kind of just took that loan out for like ourselves. I'm like, you shouldn't do that. That's not good. And I left. Took my last paycheck, and I left and moved back here. Now you have this podcast. Origin story.
Yeah, and Kien's origin story.
Yeah. And then these guys just...
Watch for another 64 episodes and we'll give you Gills.
Yeah. Gil just kind of came with John, and then you were here for D&D with Weird Jared.
Weird Jared.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Oh, coming back.
Yeah. You were still roommates with Drew, so...
It's been a while.
Weird Jared.
Let's not talk about that. Anyway.
Yeah. You know, we might bring back Tabletop one day, you never know.
I'd like to.
I kind of wanted to. I kind of just want to bring, like, just do a D&D game with ourselves. Just do a D&D game. We could probably even do a Google Hangout. That sounds really weird.
Do you know what Tabletop Simulator is?
Yes.
Alright, that would be probably the easiest way to do it.
I feel like we could do that sometime. Then we go to Bright Memory, and this is a... I have to
it's
look...
It's either Chinese or Korean.
I'm looking at it right now.
Gonna say
My
Korean?
vote is on Korean.
Korean, yeah.
Nope, it's Chinese.
Holy
Dang.
balls, how?
It's a shooter action game.
Like Chinese underground rebel game. They had to smuggle out this fucking trailer.
It is Chinese.
So I was right the first time.
And it's an episodic game, I guess?
If you say so. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
And it's like Kung Fu.
I mean, obviously, because they're not talking in English, but it was just like, I'm shooting shit. Now
All I
I'm
know is
stabbing
that
shit.
there's
Now
a
I'm shooting shit.
Chick, and they didn't try to sexualize her very much.
No, they didn't. She looked like a regular lady.
I disagree. She was covered in blood most of the time. She looked angry.
Like a regular lady, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, you
misogynist.
You shoot some sort of canine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she shot like a wolf.
Wolf dog creature. It's a bizarre game
Like a
looking
wolf.
thing. I don't think I would want it, but yeah.
I'm intrigued, but no, I don't want that.
I know. I feel like
Other
it's
games
all
are
in,
before that for sure.
Then we go to. This is basically the trailer of Soul Calibur 6, like rubbing its own dick and just like saying how awesome it is. It's like, we got 8 out of 10. By far could be the best of this.
Yeah, my favorite was that like 3 or 4 of those fucking reviews were like, it might be the best of the series. It's like, oh, okay. I mean that's high praise, maybe. I don't know.
This was literally a Soul Calibur like humble brag trailer. This is like, look what we did.
I mean, a bunch of games have had accolade trailers. You can't really just...
I know, I fucking hate those things, but I just like... I mean... It's weird.
Is it a solid fighting game?
It's an okay fighting game.
There you go.
It's not like... It's like... I don't like those games because it's like Tekken. It's just literally all just button mashing.
Says the guy that decided to play Green Arrow and shoot arrows
Well, yeah,
the
that's
time.
fucking fine, but like that's a troll character, and that's fine.
That is not a troll character, and that is not fine. You just don't know how to play the game.
I don't like Injustice that much.
I don't like any fighting games, but you guys don't hear me bitching.
Yeah.
God.
Then we go to Conan Unconquered, which is just a cinematic trailer of Conan.
Fuck you, it looked badass.
I had problems with that shield, that's all I'm gonna say about
They
it.
summoned giants at the end of it, and then there's spider things, and I was
There's
very...
giant spiders, yeah.
I was
That's
very
okay.
confused. Very confused.
Well, it's supposed to be an RTS, so it's caught my immediate interest.
Yes, it did.
So.
Just kind of like that fucking Vampire's Cove. What game was that? Was that what Warhammer expansion?
Vampire Coast for Warhammer 2. Yeah. Total War. Anyway.
Yeah, that was a very interesting cinematic trailer too.
Really good expansion.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
No, my roommate does though, so
really?
I can play with it.
Yeah. That's good. So then we go into Final Fantasy XIV's patch 3.5 patch, and it looks really interesting. It's a Warriors of Light or 2 Evil now, and it's a homage to Final Fantasy 1. And so I don't want to get into more RPG stuff because that's like my favorite genre, so I'm just gonna go saying it looks good. I think Final Fantasy XIV is the love letter to Final Fantasy that we wanted 15 to be, and it wasn't. So.
I mean, screw you. I can throw a sword 5 miles away and still come back to it.
14 didn't even have the Backstreet Boys. I don't really.
Well, they actually so like Final Fantasy 15 had a special crossover event with 14, and it was bad because you could unlock Noctis.
All bad.
Yeah, it was just Final Fantasy 15's not a good
Noctis
game.
is the weakest character.
Noctis is just lame as fuck. Okay, he's just lame.
Not that any of them are strong.
And then the second half of the game, he's just Old Man Noctis.
He grew a beard and like
Old Man Noctis.
I just fucking no. All right, so let's get into some awesome news. Let's talk about Soulja Boy. What? Okay, so the first thing we need to say is that Soulja Boy.
The SparkNotes version is Soulja Boy's an idiot.
Yeah. So Soulja Boy decided to call Nintendo and other YouTuber faggots and stuff like this, and then deleted his homophobic tweets when he was called out. And then he had more tweets about like he would never be sued by Nintendo.
They ain't gonna do nothing.
I mean,
They
You
just
should
trying to
never
keep-
tempt Nintendo.
yeah, that's like the one thing. If he just would have not fucking said anything about Nintendo.
And then he tried to play the race card.
Yeah.
He said, no, he did. He seriously did. They're trying to keep a black man down, trying to do business. I'm just a kid with a dream.
Yeah. Only that race. Nintendo's never fucked over anyone else.
Yeah, so Nintendo, just to know, I'm
Never.
Asian American, and please don't bring me down with my RPG Maker exclusive Mother 4.5
Classic Remix Edition.
Classic Remix Edition. Because it's not using any of your characters, just the name Mother, and that's not trademarked.
Should call it Father.
Spin-off.
Spin-off.
Father the spin-off, yeah. And you're not playing as Ness, but you're playing as Sen.
Why not Nos?
Nos. And yeah. So Soulja Boy's an asshole.
Cool kid on a skateboard? That sounds like it.
Yeah, he is, yeah. And your dash button is him on a skateboard, yeah. Thank you.
Anyway, going back to Soulja Boy.
So Soulja Boy's a fucking idiot.
He had some game consoles which were basically Chinese. Well, actually, they were Chinese knockoffs. He was selling on his website.
Emulating Nintendo games.
Yep, and he was selling them at drastically higher prices than the Chinese were.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then he was being big-headed and saying that no one would go after him. And then Nintendo started trying to go after him, and then he took everything down. He had 4 of them, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
One handheld, the Soulja Boy Mini.
God, that's
Then
fucking
the
right.
Soulja Boy Fuse. And then another handheld. Or, no, another system.
Yeah, the man just... So if you try to go into the fucking website now, it leads you straight to a Nintendo website.
Really?
It does, yeah.
Oh. I thought he still had his merch.
Badass.
His, like, knockoff AirPods, his knockoff Apple Watch.
Yeah, no, those are off of his websites, but he had like a SouljaBoyGame.com,
Mm-hmm.
and it's now directs to Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck you, Soulja Boy.
So that happened.
Don't write homophobic. Fucking use something better. God, just.
He's an ignoramus.
I hate when people just like that's their like go to like fucking. Well, you're a faggot. I'm like, man, there's like other shit you could say before that.
What?
I'm not looking at you. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. So, like, he's just such a douche. Okay, like. he was not relevant for like a decade, and then he's like, "Hey guys, do you remember when I did this?" And I'm just like, "No." Click. Ah, God.
I'll have to do something that they'll remember me for.
Yeah. So,
Challenge Nintendo.
Yeah,
That will be his legacy.
So, Ninja was at a ball drop.
Oh, we never saw that video.
Oh yeah, shit, for the Twitch event.
Meh.
And so Twitch was fucking like legitimately marketing this shit. Like, did you see Ninja watch the ball drop?
Of course.
And so millions of people were watching this Twitch stream.
For some reason, millions of people give a fuck about Ninja watching the ball drop.
Yeah, apparently. And so Ninja was on like one of these things. He's like, "All right, guys. So what I want to do is do a mass dental floss," and like he's showing the dental floss. And this one girl's like, "No, it's actually like this." He's like, "All right, you're right. It is. It's 2 nudges, then you move." I don't fucking know how to dental floss. My cousin does it all the time. I was just like, "I'm gonna kill you." But no. So like he's like, "All right, guys, it's time to dental floss," and like you see the crowd, no one is dental flossing, and then there's just one. They go to one kid who's dental flossing in the crowd, and he's doing this, and everyone else is like, one guy literally gave the middle fingers while this kid is dental flossing. And, like, someone had to censor it out when they were reviewing the notes. I'm like, that's fucking right. Yeah, no, that's understandable. So, you know, way to go, Ninja. Way to blast off your 2019 year.
He tried.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's going to hurt him at all.
So I was
glad people apparently don't give a fuck about Fortnite dances in public. That's nice.
Well, that's good, yeah. Well, it's just like, I think I had this conversation with someone, and actually PewDiePie, like, I only listened to PewDiePie just because he was on my side about the Fortnite dances. I was like, fuck, am I on the wrong side? Because he also brought up, he's like, well, Riot Games has, like, the Carlton and stuff on their games, and, like, I feel like League makes a lot of money.
I mean, they used to.
They still do.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how.
They still, Korea fucking funds that shit.
That's
I mean, especially now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't heard much of League for like 5 fucking years.
But that's what I mean, like, even in its prime, like, they still have the Carlton emotes, but you don't see fucking Alfonso Rivieri going like, hey guys, don't do that. Like,
to be fair, it wasn't as obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you had to dance in front of a boss and then he'd do the Carlton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Destiny also had the Carlton as a taunt.
They don't have any money. No one cares about them.
I'm just saying.
Was he going to sue them for their rights to Destiny 3?
I'm just literally making that point that, like, every other fucking game has had an emote with the Carlton. Any game that really had a taunt emote, they've had, like, some regular feeling like the Carlton. So I'm just one of those people. Fuck.
I don't know.
Like, Gil can't patent his, like,
I just decided to do it.
Like,
because I heard something squeak and I decided to lean back.
Oh, yes. If Gil had, like, a patent Gil shrug, like, see? Patent Gil shrug. So, Twitch let a Fortnite player who allegedly assaulted his pregnant partner in front of their kids on the stream back in their platform.
Oh, my God.
Then rebanned him after a social media outcry. Yeah.
I could say, what? Rebanned him? What?
Rebanned him after social media was like, did you not see that he beat his wife online?
Okay, so he was banned.
Yes.
And then he was brought back.
Oh, okay.
And then Twitch was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't allow him on here.
I thought it was, he got banned for this, and then they rebanned him again. I was like, they brought him back, banned him again because they hate him that much. I was like, oh.
Australian Twitch streamer
Dr.
Mr. Deadmoth was accused of assaulting his partner while live streaming mid-December. Was found streaming again on Twitch just a few weeks after his initial ban. He's 26, was spotted on stream arguing with his 21-year-old partner, allegedly hitting her in the face in front of their 2 young girls, ages 3 and 20 months, who can be heard screaming in the background. Oh, that's a little fucked up.
Man, that's fucked, yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn, I'm glad, apparently, that Twitch exists so that people can get caught for this.
Fucking what?
If that's what it takes.
I know.
If that's what it takes, I'll take it.
I know.
I mean, you get that, and you also
Every douchebag wants to be a Twitch streamer, it'll work.
You get that, but you also run the risk of that person just deciding to masturbate and forgetting to turn off their camera. That's happened.
That fucking happened?
That's happened.
What? No way. Oh, dude,
yeah, of course that's happened.
To bring up, I was watching a Black Mirror episode where the guy downloaded a fucking virusware thing, and then like he started masturbating, and the people were like, "We know what you did," and I'm just like, "Ah, nuts, dude."
We know what you did. It's like that makes you the weirdos.
Yeah. Well, he was masturbating to apparently like I didn't watch that part, but like
okay.
he was masturbating to child porn. I didn't watch that part. I thought he was just masturbating to his sister. But it was actually the child porn, so I'm just like, yeah, dude.
I thought it was just to his sister.
Which is not as weird as child porn in the long run.
It's
all
still
pretty
weird.
bad, but
It
yeah,
is
it's
really
not as
bad,
bad.
like, I get it, like-
guess.
I mean, this is the second week we've
Fucking
talked about
Christ.
someone and their sister. Altered Carbon.
Oh, that's fucking right. That fucking show. No, so like, yeah. So guys, if you want to be a Twitch streamer, pro trip from me to you, listeners, don't beat your wife on Twitch. Okay.
And don't beat your meat on Twitch.
Don't
do any of it. Don't
don't
beat
beat
anything.
anything on Twitch.
Suddenly, everybody loses any game of Fortnite on Twitch.
So, okay. Did you hear about this? So someone did a weird social.
You're gonna have to let me know.
Did you hear about the Overwatch thing about the mysterious Ellie player who said she was being sexually assaulted? It was all around Twitter.
Yeah. I
But
saw something
apparently
about it last night.
Blizzard just recently notified that like that team did not ever have a player named Ellie on it, and that it was some weird social experiment someone did.
That is
That's
scummy.
fucking shitty. Cause like,
I mean, people already have problems with women in gaming.
yeah,
That's always been. Yeah, that's
I'm
apparently an issue.
confused.
And to use this as a social experiment is bad.
I'm confused.
A lot of people are having an outcry.
Well, no, fill me in. What, Ellie? What?
so there's
They never existed.
there was this player named Ellie that never existed that was part of this team called Second Wind, and because like most online teams that aren't like pro teams, they keep like the privacy of the people. So like this person apparently never existed, and someone did it as a social experiment saying that they were being assaulted
As a woman.
or being like treated differently
Because they were a woman.
because they were
playing a video game.
I'm still confused. I don't understand.
What part don't you understand?
So this
Most of
person,
it.
so there was no such, so there was
Okay.
this fake Overwatch player
Yeah.
saying that she was being sexually assaulted online, sexually harassed online.
All right.
But she never existed, and she was never part of the Overwatch team that she said she was part of.
And it was all somebody's idea of a
A
social,
social
experiment.
Was that a social experiment?
I don't fucking know the volatileness of the internet. Who the fuck knows?
They should already know that. This already happens. They don't need to do a fucking experiment on it.
I mean,
Jesus.
wasn't there a guy that would on YouTube a while back that got in trouble for doing social experiments?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
Fucking go play Rust. That entire game's a goddamn social experiment.
Is it really?
Yes, that's why your character is randomized look, and then they
Oh yeah, because they
can't
got mad
change
that
the look.
They
Want to do that with gender. Maybe they did.
They
I don't
did,
know.
and they did that with color too, because they
Yep.
were mad that
Skin color.
Yeah, they were like white supremacists. Apparently, a lot of white supremacists apparently played Rust and were like mad that they could be a black guy. God, life is so weird. Games are weird, guys. Hitman Classics Blood Money and Absolution will be re-released for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One next week. That's really, I fucking like those games, so yeah.
Those are really bad games, though.
They're really bad because this one had the fucking assassin nuns in them, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Pretty sure it
Sounds
was Blood Money.
badass.
Absolution, I think.
Oh.
Blood Money had bad physics, but the only cool thing about Blood Money is that you could like scare one of your targets to have a heart attack, or you had to kill a senator, and so like you go in the party, you kick the door in.
Oh, somebody timed it just right, so like the bodyguards are the ones that kill him.
Yeah, that fucking he gets hit by the car. It's so fucking. I love games like
I've
that.
seen that. Never mind.
Eric Wolpaw, best known for his work on Portal and Half-Life 2 episodes, has rejoined Valve after more than a year away, which sparks the speculation that they're either making Left 4 Dead 3,
Half-Life.
Portal 3, or Half-Life 3.
You kidding me? Valve can't count to
He
3.
was gone for a year. came back.
That one
Fucking
year
now
of development.
yeah. It's developing it on its own. He came back to Valve and they're like, look, I figured out the number after 2. And you're like, holy shit.
It's 2.5 final mix.
It's like, this changes everything.
God.
We can't let this get out.
Man, every time people fucking say that.
Anytime anything happens with Valve, they're
Dude,
like, it's fucking Half-Life,
my
Portal.
There were so many of my friends that
Fortress.
shared this. They're like, and the article was like, could Portal 3 or Left 4 Dead 3 be happening? Here's our reasons why. And I looked and I read it. I'm just like, do I just want to like fucking shit on these guys, shit on my friends? I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna just sit back and just let them be happy.
Left for Half-Life, Portal, Fortress, Dota 3.
That's what they do. How fucking funny would that be? I would fucking buy the shit out of that game.
Just like the ultimate crossover.
Just,
You wanted a third game? They're all the third game.
do you remember when people
I
were
think
like,
there's a theory that all of their, or a large majority of their games happen in the same universe.
Team Fortress, Team Fortress, Half-Life, and Portal.
Okay.
Portal and Half-Life and also Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead happens in between Portal and...
Does it really?
That's what people speculate.
Because like Team Fortress is the beginning of it, because they're like hiring people to like get their fortune or whatever,
Yeah.
and then that's what creates these research foundations. And this fucking man, Valve fan theorists are weird. But you know what else is weird? Remember when the internet was like Bowsette?
It's not canon.
It's not canon. Nintendo finally had to put it on the crown that said, "Sorry, Luigi, you can't use this." Like the fucking Princess Peach crown. The mushroom crown only turns Toadette into Peachette. It does not turn anyone else into Bowsette. It doesn't turn anyone into Booette. All this sexy fan art that was made it can never be canon.
It's null and void. Get rid of it.
It just is no longer canon.
And
And apparently there's still a fucking
Take it
community of
down.
these people.
Yeah, and
Of course there are.
now that they've said
Now
this,
the concept
they're probably
is-
going to throw even more porn
Yeah.
of it up.
Ah.
You're acting like it's such a big debacle, a surprise even.
I knew it was never going to be canon. It's just like the Waluigi for Smash thing. It just weirds me out. What the internet grasps on.
I feel like Waluigi in Smash and Bowsette are not comparable.
They are very comparable
How
because
weird
they
they
want
are.
Bowsette in fucking games now and shit. It's just the internet grasps onto weird tropes.
Telling me after like 8 fucking Fire Emblem characters that they can't add Waluigi. I don't even give a shit. It just makes logical sense that he should be in the game.
I just love Nintendo's fucking shade with that. That Wario, Mario, and
Yeah.
Luigi get a Waluigi color palette. That's my fucking favorite thing about this whole scenario.
God.
Is that, see, you can technically play as Waluigi.
But you're not playing as Waluigi.
Alright.
Top-notch narrative adventure, What Remains of Edith Finch, will be free to download at the Epic Store next week.
Oh shit.
That's really good. Again, I feel like the Epic Game Store is actually a good thing against Steam.
You just don't like seeing titties.
I don't like Titty Ninja Games as my suggestion box just because I use RPG Maker. Fuck off,
At least
yeah.
they're not trying to tell you they're a first-person shooter. It's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
And I don't have a Steam, so I don't run into that issue.
Well, it's like, because I use RPG Maker a lot, and it's just like, when I go into Steam just to see if there's assets I can buy, it's just like, hey man, I see you're using RPG Maker. Do you want to play this game where you play as a guy who fights people and injects his seed in fertile women? I'm like, what? No! What kind of game is this?
One where you
And
use
then
it
he,
in
and
a
then he
business
clicks on it. He's
deal.
like, what kind of game is this? And he fucking clicks on it.
What kind of game is this?
So I feel really bad for people who bought Lady Killer in a bind and then has been playing it, and then like it's a visual novel that people say it's like really good writing, but there's also some like light bondage. So like now people's like suggestion on Steam have been like fucking just porn games. I'm just like, ugh.
I'm still pissed off there on mine. First person shooter? No, it's
Did
not.
you know Discord is trying to make a games shop too?
I think I heard. Well,
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Anyway, I don't really Epic Games. Like, it's not necessary. I'll take it because they keep giving away free games.
I mean, and they have some cool, like, they have Hades, the guys who made Bastion,
Yeah,
and, like, I played that game. That game's fun as shit, so, like...
but I don't know.
Keep doing you, Epic. I don't really care.
Because it's not like Steam needs the fucking competition. They already do crazy-ass sales, so...
Yeah. Blizzard Breakaway Ben Brode has a new studio, Second Diner, who are working on a new Marvel game. These guys originally ran one of the Hearthstone's projects, and then, like, it looks like Blizzard is trying to kill off Heroes of the Storm, the way it looks. They're moving a lot of their team away from that.
I mean, it doesn't need a lot of work.
To something else. Ooh, what could it be?
More Overwatch characters, let's not kid ourselves.
Fuck off.
They're going to milk that thing.
Yeah, because it's a fun
They're
game,
going to
Gil.
milk that dry,
Fun game.
dead cow.
I mean,
That
MOBAs are
Brian
kind of
Wood.
just dying out, so I'm not surprised they move people
Yeah.
away.
So, there are rumors that there are going to be 3 different type of new Xboxes coming out for the next
Jesus
generation. For niche audiences, I guess. One that is all streaming. One that is, I guess, disc drive only. And one that's both. That's what it looks like.
And none of them come with launch titles.
No, none of them at all. This is bizarre. Like, I don't know.
No, there'll probably be one that's got like a bigger hard drive or something.
Yeah, I don't know. As a person who, like, you know, doesn't really, who prefers the downloadable market, fine.
I like discs. I like to look at them.
Yeah.
I like to look at the art.
He gets me.
That's fine. That's good.
Also, I forget I have games sometimes when they're in my digital.
Yeah, I can get that. So yeah,
It's easier to bring it over to a friend's house.
Yeah, someone has not taken out this PT demo yet. That's in VR, so like that's surprising.
Seriously.
Yeah, Konami, like, cause this man. Well, I feel like this guy didn't like fucking talk about it on Twitter and shit. Fun fact: if you're making a fan game, don't fucking talk about it till it's done.
Even then, try to keep it hush hush. Let word of mouth spread it.
Yeah. Hashtag Pokemon Uranium. Did you ever get a chance to play that one?
No.
You can still play it.
It's a very interesting game.
You can't officially play it, but it's still around.
Yeah, officially do a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I played the
On the
unofficial
dark
Metroid
web.
Prime 2 remake. It's a good game. So Bethesda did something cool, I guess. I don't know if it's cool. But the lawsuit against Behavior Interactive against their Fallout Shelter has been filled. And so Bethesda got some money back.
Mm-hmm. You gonna use that money for the bags?
Maybe. Video industry analysis thinks that there's going to be a new Bioshock game coming around before 2020.
I would
I
be
don't
okay
believe
with
it.
that.
I hope not.
They need to let that die. They need to let Dishonored, they need to let Bioshock die, they need to just let all that shit die.
I hope it.
Dishonored, but Dishonored seems like a fun time. I don't know. Regardless, Bioshock, I don't know. They're interesting. It depends where they go. But I feel like after Infinite, it would be hard to do anything.
So rumors speculate they're remaking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. That sounds weird.
No one cares.
I mean,
They already
didn't
made
they-
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, so here is our questions, which will lead us to our final Smash story. Trisha, she's a lovely British listener. She's a really nice lady who likes to talk, apparently. You're a good lady, Trisha. Asks us,
Like, talked her up, and she's like, talks too much, though.
with the speculate,
rat
she asked A, did you first see the speculation list? And B, what are your speculations for the final 4 DLC
Oh,
characters
the
in
leaks.
Smash? The leaks. Now, let's again. This is. I feel like this is another Grinch leak scenario.
It's not that hard to leak, and most of those characters are still in development.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be finalized, but they're not going to be and have anything coded in the game. Most of that's going to be downloadable.
So the leaks have been that it's going to be Doom Guy from Doom, which is very understandable with Doom Eternal. Steve from Minecraft, which is, again, I wouldn't mind having him because he's just been a staple to, like, just gaming
Games
in general.
recently,
Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, which sparks up the debate that there's a possibility of a Ninja Gaiden game coming to Switch.
With more titties.
I think they want to make like the platforming Ninja Gaiden.
I was kidding.
And Erdic from the Dragon Quest series.
Wait, repeat that name?
Erdic.
Sounded like you said Erdic.
Erdic. Yeah, so the reason why he's in it is because they're bringing Dragon Quest XI to the Switch. Which I'm really excited for, because I'm going to download shit out of that and play that game again. I have it on PC. Have I beat it? No. Will I beat it on the Switch? Probably not.
Why don't you beat it?
JRPGs take fucking hours to beat.
You say that like it's a decent excuse.
Yeah.
I know it's not. Like, I just get, like, enthralled with
I don't want the story to end, guys.
No, I played I was telling I played Octopath and I like got through like 80 hours of it, but then I just kind of fell off because Smash came out.
That's fair.
Like I fall off of games really easily.
If they take way too long.
Yeah, so like.
That's fair.
These seem like very reasonable DLC characters. I'm fine with it. They're all fucking Nintendo possible games. Instead of Joker.
They did have Doom on the Switch.
Besides Joker. Like, I don't know.
They have some Persona games on handheld.
They had the Shin Megami Tensei games on handheld.
They also had Persona Q and Persona Q2 on the DS.
Did they?
3DS.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
But like, you would think that they would use those characters then Joker. Like, you know what I mean though? Like, I feel like it would have made I told you when we first talked about this. I feel like it makes more sense to have like. Because Shin Megami Tensei is literally coming out in March on the Switch. You would think that they would have like a Shin Megami Tensei game. Like, because Shin Megami Tensei is still like, I get why they chose Joker because like in the West, Persona is a lot more popular than Shin Megami Tensei, but in Japan they're both pretty much popular because
that's because they started out as the same franchise.
Yeah, and then Persona spinned off of it.
4 did. 4 was the starting point of that spin-off.
I thought it was Shin Megami. I thought
they were all Shin Megami Tensei up until 4.
Really? It was just called Persona 3 in the West?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I thought it
was either might have been 3. I don't know, but
I'm pretty
cut those ties.
Yeah.
Relatively recently.
Yeah, because Shin Megami Tensei it was Shin Megami Tensei Persona, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 2, I think, and then Persona 3 was the one that fell out of the Shin Megami. Eli's just like, fuck all you guys.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just thinking about how they would even put Doom in Smash.
Oh, his final Smash would be fucking summoning all the demons to kill people.
That'd be lame. If anything, he should summon the demons, rip off their limbs, and use those to kill you. And that's my problem is Doom is just way too gory of a game for it.
Yeah, Bayonetta. She's a sexy time-traveling wizard lady.
It's not.
She's essentially Doctor Who.
I feel like that and Doom are not comparable.
Are you saying that sexy wizard ladies aren't
comparable to the 8-foot tall pile of muscle that is Doom guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
I just want to know what they're fucking like.
If they do put him in, I will main Doom guy. I will only play him. So, there's that.
That's understandable. Are you looking at the Shin Megami Tensei line?
Yeah.
Was that right? Was it with 3?
I just haven't. Just give me a minute, God.
What was the actual question? Going back to that.
What characters could we see ourselves having in Smash if it isn't these guys?
Is it what characters we could actually see?
See that, like, remember with a character, like, who would you put in Smash? And we were just like, Kratos and Master Chief! This one is like a serious, like, Nintendo property thing. You know what? If you want me to be honest, I want Noctis. I'm kidding.
Waluigi.
Yeah, Waluigi would make sense. Bowsette. And then for her Echo Fighters, you can choose Booette, Chompette, Shy Guyette.
There you go.
I don't know, Gil. What Nintendo character do you think could be on
That's your fucking answer.
Don't do this to me,
Waluigi
man.
is a possibility, man.
It looks like it was 4 where they dropped 4 and 5 is where they dropped it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know Nintendo properties that well, to be honest with you.
I would say Ace Attorney just because they're putting the re-release of Ace Attorney on there, and I would just like to have Phoenix Wright's Final Smash just be him being like, the evidence is here! Objection!
Well, no.
And then just like objection bubbles just are fucking hitting everyone and they fly off the stage.
No, that's gotta be his counter.
Yeah.
Objection!
Objection!
Fucking stabs you with his finger or something.
So in Marvel
would be
vs.
fun.
Capcom, one of Phoenix Wright's specials is it's like Ryu's up down fireball, but it's him tripping over and throwing papers at you. I fucking love that game just because of the fact that Phoenix Wright is a playable character.
I think that would actually be kind of badass. I'd go for Phoenix Wright.
Because like Phoenix Wright would be like what Isabella is right now, which is just a troll character.
Well, I mean, they have goofy character like Game & Watch does
Fucking
weird droopy shit. So I mean,
yeah. See, so like honestly, like if I could choose anyone, I think I'd probably choose like. I want the snail from Kirby right back at ya. I know that he's not a canonical. Escargot. I know he's not a canonical character in the games, but in that, I kind of want him.
The one with the southern accent?
Yeah. Kirby!
Then again, D2D also had a southern accent. They need to bring that back.
Yeah, they do. They do. They really do.
Gotta get me that there Kirby!
Kirby!
You think we're joking, we're not.
Is a real
Hardcore.
thing. Kirby.
not very good.
They weren't meant to be. That was legitimately
Okay.
it. They gave Meta Knight a Spanish accent.
That was like a Spanish / like Transylvanian because he's
Yeah.
like dark and mysterious.
Yeah, he does.
No, they just gave him a guitar riff
Oh yeah.
every time he talked.
Oh my god, I didn't ever notice that one. I still think you could put Goku in Smash. I'm kidding. I don't even care anymore. That was such a big like troll joke for years. With Goku in
The
Smash.
Tetris blocks.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
They
cool.
could put any number of other Sonic characters in there if they really wanted.
Silver.
Not that
Yeah.
Not
The
that
creator character from Sonic Forces.
Yeah. Just make another me slot, but for Sonic Forces characters.
Sonic Forces characters, yeah.
Badass.
Sonic from the older games.
Okay.
Because they are categorized as two different Sonics.
Yeah. Oh, classic Sonic.
God damn it, I don't remember who that was anymore. I
I
was
would
saying
have
they should
really
have
wanted Zero and Shadow. I feel like they could have been fucking echoes to Sonic and Mega Man. How fucking cool would that be to have like Zero and Shadow in that game? My fan fiction of Zero and Shadow meeting could come to life.
Are they
And then they would kiss.
assist trophies?
Yeah, they are assist trophies.
Okay, that's...
I would want, like I've said many, many times, the new version of Zero. I just can't get into that older version. It looks so clunky.
I want a Rathalos. I want, like, the Rathalos is already an assist trophy. Honestly, because your final fucking boss battle with Richter and Simon is Dracula, and they made a character model for Dracula.
A hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I would not mind actually having fucking Dracula being in the game.
Yeah. Or Alucard.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking...
I mean,
like a
I
monster
think
hunter.
Alucard's an assist.
Yeah, like a Monster Hunter, like that. And you could switch it around, too, with the Monster Hunter. They could be like...
Is Eggman in the game?
No.
Eggman? Oh, I thought you said Mega Man.
No, Eggman is
Eggman.
not.
Not even an assist?
No.
They could put Dr. Eggman in.
And have Jim Carrey voice him. He's
No.
gonna be voicing Eggman. He's Eggman.
I mean, they don't really have to have a voice, but okay.
Yeah. So we have one more question, and this is from Luke. Hey guys, I've been listening to your podcast since episode 20, and I find you guys really fun and interesting to listen to. Thanks, Luke.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are some niche games that you think people should be playing that they don't because they've been overshadowed and overlooked?
It's niche.
Whatever.
Okay, I was wondering that too.
No, it's fine. And he says, mine would have to be the Ace Attorney games. It's one of those visual novel games that I feel like people already get turned off because of the aesthetics and the way it looks. But I feel like it is super enjoyable, and I think everyone should play it. I'd go with Danganronpa because that's a way better visual novel than... No, I really wouldn't do that.
You'd go for Galgun, wouldn't you?
I would not go for Galgun either. I'm a fucking Galgun. I forgot Galgun even existed. Holy shit.
I guess I don't understand what he says when he means niche games.
Niche or obscure games that people like.
Things that people don't usually play.
Isn't Phoenix Wright sort of popular?
No, it's one of those niche games. Mine would actually be the Mercenary Winds games, just because I just recently found them on the Switch, and I just fucking love them because they're tactical games. That and the Final Fantasy A2, Final Fantasy Advance games, really fun games. Not many people really played them. Same with Advance Wars. Play Advance Wars. Yeah, play Advance Wars. I really think they could bring back Advance Wars for the Switch.
I'm not denying that.
I really feel like it's just like... Cause there's...
No, we have 50% more dating sim.
Well, it's become such like... Fire Emblem is so popular.
And this jet...
Their pilots fell in love. He could make a tank jet pilot.
Because that's how things work.
Yeah, I mean, fucking if you played Fire Emblem, it's like, alright, now your new child can be both classes. I feel, with such the resurgence of Fire Emblem becoming big in the West, I feel like they could try to bring Advance Wars in and be like, it's from the creators of Fire Emblem. And they're like, oh my god!
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, it's just like, well, Valkyria Chronicles did pretty well too. 4 sold really well here, so like, yeah, it seems like a good time to put Advance Wars out.
I mean, why not?
I want an Advance Wars game. That's what I want. Advance Wars.
See, like I guess like I'm looking through my Steam library. I don't know how unknown or like unplayed these games really are.
If you say Civ 6, you're wrong. That's
no,
just,
I'm not gonna say that. But I mean, like Brutal Legend. Fucking love that game. It sort of gained popularity like way after it came out.
Yeah.
But it's a very unique game.
Yeah.
And I love it.
That's good. What about you, Gil?
I'm looking.
Kirby Star Allies.
That's not niche.
I know it's not.
Any one of Kirby games is gonna be niche.
Kirby Paint.
Niche to a Kirby audience.
That's a real game, by the way.
Kirby Paint?
Kirby Paint.
Jesus.
The Super Nintendo had a lot of paint games, Eli. That's not a fucking lie. That's very true.
It is not.
Why? That's my question.
I don't fucking know,
Why?
but they did. They even had a mouse pad and keyboard compatibility.
Yep, they did.
Yes, they did.
That is not wrong. You are correct.
Oh, I forgot to say this real quick. Do you know JoJo's is getting a Battle Royale game?
Yeah, I think so.
Stand Royale?
Is it the one that's in Japan?
Yeah.
Casinos?
In the arcades? Yeah, it's just a Battle Royale game where it's like all those things are connected together. All the arcade boxes are connected together, and you choose between like Stardust Crusader to now, and it's like I want to play that.
I thought they had Classic Jonathan in there too.
No, it's just a Stand Royale. How fucking cool would it be to play Gay Vampire Dio over Stan Dio? I want that.
No,
They're both Gay Vampire Dio.
But Gay Vampire Dio in fucking part 1 is way gayer looking because of his cloak. He's got that fucking.
No,
he
has that freaking headband in Stardust Crusaders. And his haircut is really bad.
And he's got the fucking heart. You're right. He does have that, but
God damn it. Where'd it go? Majesty. Old ass game.
What about Dear God?
No Dear God. No, thank you. People can play Dear God if they want, but Majesty's better.
What about you, Gil? Do you have one? Like I said, mine's the Mercenary Winds game, just because of the fact I like tactical games. It's such a homage to old school tactical games.
That is niche, people don't play it, and it should be played.
There was a lot that should be played.
TD Dragon games, just all of them.
I mean, if that's what you want, by all means, go for it.
I said, play all the Titty Dragon games.
Longsword Tabletop Tactics. There you go.
Okay.
That's my last one. Look it up on Steam.
My joke entry shall be Galgun because nobody plays it, and it's a game that doesn't actually deserve it.
But like it exists.
Well, games that don't deserve it, I can fucking come up with those.
No.
Lawbreakers, Radical Heights.
The Culling 2.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of graves in this graveyard.
Yeah.
Hatred.
Agony.
Just shoot my veins with death.
Oh, fucking! Did you know the Overkill studio also made a fucking shitty VR Planet of the Apes game?
Really?
That year, and it also failed really bad?
By the way, whatever happened to the Planet of the Apes Telltale game?
I don't fucking know. And that's where we're gonna leave you off, guys, at a cliffhanger.
Gil doesn't get an answer.
Don't forget to he fucking gave Galgun. He doesn't really have one either. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on YouTube and Podbean, and email us at mail@robronews.com.
Send us questions. Make fun of Kien.
Yeah. Keep telling me I'm owned by Epic.